What's going on, people? B5 here, back at you with another video. NBA Live 14, actual footage, so they say. I feel like there's a little CGI in here. Here's the first look trailer video. Got this from Games Spot, courtesy of them. Thank you. But let's go ahead and break this down. I'm going to talk about some negatives, and I'm going to get to the positives. Unfortunately, I didn't slow this down like I normally would. I got you next time. It's a little late. Okay. The player movement animations look a little stiff, upright. Not a surprise to me. The movement, a little twitchy, little fast pace equals arcadish in my book. Limited facial expressions. 2K is kind of stepping up their game in that area. I'm expecting these guys to do the same. Just an observation if they're coming on the new generation console. Okay, now here's a big one for me. Defensive stance still looks the same as it did in all the other, since 06, that defensive bar stool stance. Everyone has the same back posture, same knee bend, same, weight on their balls of their feet and the, heel ratio. That whole situation, just looks the same. Okay. Now, moving into the player models, all the player models still look a little on the thinnish side, and as well as when you look at them in a group, as a group, they all look the same, like they have the same build and height. Kind of reminds me of what Backbreaker did. There's no differentiation between any of the positions or whatever, so when you look at it, you can't really tell positions right away. Mari Stoudemire is supposed to be out there. You can't really tell because he has somewhat of a distinctive build, but unfortunately you can't tell at this particular time. Okay, it still could be early, so hopefully they tighten that up a little bit. The skin textures still look clash. They've never been. You can see that that's still a thorn in their side. The shoes look like rubber. They don't look like leather. They don't have any kind of texture on it. Looks like galoshes that they're going to go out and play in the rain. Now, let's talk about something that's kind of in between a positive and a negative. Okay. Now, stadium lighting. I like the way it's kind of dark there. I think several arenas or a few arenas actually have that lighting. Like I know Lakers, possibly the Knicks, which is where they're playing right now. I just hope that they don't put it, in all the arenas. It's just a blanket lighting, you know what I mean? So it's a positive, but it could be a negative. Now, some positives. I think the finger movement is pretty hot. If you notice how he's wiggling his finger, that is hot. 2K struggles on that. They cannot get that done right. The dribbling looks good. They're boasting about it. It looks like they're putting a lot of time into it. I don't see any faults with it just yet from this trailer. With that said, looks like you'll also be able to blow by your defenders, okay, with that type of, the triple threat moves or whatever, the bounce tech or whatever that they're coming up with. However, if the guys are on bar stools, it might not be that hard to blow past them, but hey, nevertheless, looks like you'll be able to blow past them. Speaking of the ball looks like it fits snugly in the guy's hand. Again, 2K struggles on that. There's no floating. There's no space. There's, none of that. It doesn't look like an extension of the player model. It looks like it's its own entity. Ball tangibility. That's what I'm looking at. It looks good. Now, in closing, okay, I have a trained eye for this. I like to boast about that. I haven't been wrong about being able to break down these trailers. However, this is just the first trailer. I'd like to see more, but from what I see, the things that I know that plagued the series is still there. So, in closing, this game will have to prove it to me. It will have to be on the market. It's not a day one for me. I'm going to have to see way more footage in order for me to be a believer.